is a parasite, and it took over a tree that existed here before. This ancient tree was called the Great Tree. So the Great Tree was almost certainly the
Do you think that's a theory of his, or that's actually the lore? Because that sounds like a bit of a stretch. Is that actually the lore, you guys? Or is that just a theory of his? It's a theory. His own theory. I mean, it makes sense, but it does sound like a bit of a stretch. Oh, he actually walked back on the parasite thing. Ah, okay. Yeah, it seemed like a bit of a jump in logic. Everything else is great, though. This video is amazing. Absolutely amazing. You guys should go subscribe to this guy, VatiVidya, if you haven't yet. Yeah, no, you're allowed to, like, make mistakes and still be an incredible video. Not that I'm saying that's a mistake. I was just wondering. Yeah, okay. Are chat spoilers okay? Yes. So we're talking about the lore of Elden Ring. If anybody doesn't want spoilers, they're gonna want to not be here. So yeah. We're done the game. You can spoil stuff. That's fine. The video is still quiet. Okay. I wanted to be able to talk over the video, but I'll turn it up. Just let me know if you can't hear me, okay?
appeared after life existed.
Okay, wait.
Primordial crucible where all Erdtree's primal vital energies, and I quote, "They are an aspect of the primordial crucible where all life was once blended together."
All life was once blended together. So everything in this world, whatever it is, came from one single thing, which is cool, interesting, for sure.
But how could all life be blended together in the Erdtree if the Erdtree appeared after life existed? Well, there can only be one answer, right?
It
that the
appeared
Erdtree
after?
is a parasite, and it took over a
Yeah,
tree
that's
that
just such a
existed
jump.
here
Yeah.
before. This ancient tree was called the Great Tree.
But there was an
So the
ancient
Great
tree called the Great
was
Tree.
almost certainly the location of this primordial crucible.
Thank you,
and
Philip.
it must have been a very powerful primordial force for the greater will to have commandeered.
I just remembered. Sorry, you guys. I actually turned things down yesterday. Here. Let me know if the video is still too quiet or loud.
It might even be the reason the Lands Between is important to the greater will in the first place. It also explains why spells and enemies related to the Great Tree's crucible would eventually be looked down upon. For example, the Knot Talisman is fashioned from a knotted vestige of the crucible, and it was considered a signifier of the divine in ancient times, but is now increasingly disdained as an impurity as civilization has advanced. Enemies related to the crucible are the Omen, the Misbegotten, and the Crucible Knights, and all three of them would be shunned, enslaved, or imprisoned. Those who speak for the Erdtree don't want you to know its roots, so to speak.
Interesting.
According to the spell, protection of the Erdtree, in the beginning everything was in opposition to the Erdtree, but through countless victories in war, it became the embodiment of order.
Okay.
In Marika's own words, the Erdtree governs all. The choice is thine. Become one with the
and
order,
I burned it down.
or divest thyself of it. To wallow at the fringes, a powerless upstart.
But the greater will
It
needed
is,
more
Leon,
than
it's
a
very
big
good,
tree.
yeah.
It needed loyal agents in the Lands Between. To this end, it has the Two Fingers, who are its envoys. The Two Fingers heirloom has a weird picture of them, but it reads, "Of course, fingers cannot speak, yet these are eloquent. Persistently they wriggle, spelling out mysteries in the air. Thus..."
Sorry, 1 second. Polly, thank you so much for 5 months. Hi, and welcome back. Thank you, I appreciate it. And will I change my play style? Yes, Furman, I will. I'm gonna use any and all other weapons that I can. I only use the starting scimitars the whole playthrough, so I'm excited to play with other weapons. And maybe mess around with some magic too. Yeah. What ending did we get? We got a bad ending. We burnt the world down and became Flame Lord. Elden frenzied Flame Lord, something like that. Yeah, so a bad ending, but apparently the girl would have died if I had done something else, so we got a somewhat good bad ending, I guess, because she lived. Whatever. Yeah. Oh, cool, Panda. Good to know. The fingers in the talisman have legs. Yeah, that's weird.
Did
Oh, hi, Sanjino. No, I will this year, though. I'm actually really excited. I'll be doing my first playthrough of God of War this year, and we'll be playing the new God of War as well. It's going to be fun.
we gain the words of our faith. These words are interpreted by the finger readers. These are the undying old crones that you would have found throughout the lands between. They pass down the wisdom of the two fingers, or at least they used to.
Your fingers, please, your fingers. I can read them.
Most of them appear to have lost their purpose, and they're desperate to read your fingers and tell
Maybe,
you
Mr.
annoying
Piggy,
riddles,
if you want
since
to.
their two fingers are likely dead. And yes, of course, there are multiple sets of two
Oh,
fingers.
yeah,
You would have
that are all
found their
dead,
corpses on the tops
true.
of the divine towers.
Yeah.
Atop these towers, you loot the fingers in order to activate the true power of a great rune.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, though, you are giving benediction back to your great rune. You're taking a blessing back from the two dead fingers, essentially. This is
Okay.
just one of many blessings that the
Interesting.
two fingers can bestow, and my point is kind of that the two fingers clearly have more than just influence. They have real power on some level. The Greater
Oh, I
Will
wanna read that,
needs these
Rafe.
powerful
Cool.
envoys and agents because while it's obviously
Sorry, that made me think. I've been thinking about reading that book, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but is it boring to read? It seems like an interesting concept, but is actually an exciting read as well. Sorry, I know I'm interrupting.
incredibly powerful, it does seem limited by a few things. First is space. The Greater Will didn't come to the lands between
Oliver,
itself.
hi,
It
doing
sent
good,
an
how are
elden
you?
beast
Welcome,
to do its
welcome.
bidding instead.
Great to see you.
Second is time. There is a moment later in the game where your pair of two fingers go still because they're forced to commune with the Greater Will for guidance.
When they are finished, the fingers will again offer their guidance.
But they never did for me.
But thousands, if not tens of thousands, of moons must first pass.
Ah, yeah, okay.
No matter for me. But you, how will you ever manage to wait?
So the
I don't
Greater
know,
Will
man.
needs a physical
I don't know. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, interesting. Oliver, how are you? It's good to see you. Thank you for joining today. You watched the Hitchhiker's movie? You heard the books were good? Yeah, I'd like to read the books. It's a fun read. Okay, I'll read it sometime. Thanks, guys.
manifestation of order.
Yeah, we're watching
It
lore
needs
videos for Elden
envoys
Ring,
to
for anybody
convey
who
its
doesn't
will,
know.
but what it also needs is a god. Introducing Marika the Eternal.
Marek.
I have this utterly enormous mind map of Elden Ring's lore, and
Oh, sorry. Remember when I told you guys this guy wrote a thesis on Elden Ring? Look at it. This is his homework. What a hard worker. This is amazing.
there's a reason she's at the center. Is a god. Introducing
Once again,
Marika
let's see
the
that.
Eternal. I have
What?
this utterly enormous mind map of Elden Ring's lore, and there's a reason she's
Oh
at
my
the center.
god,
She's
that's crazy.
essentially the equivalent of Gwyn from Dark Souls.
Wow.
Except, unlike Gwyn, Marika didn't just crawl out of the dark and find power. To an extent, it seems like she earned it. We don't know much about her origins, except that she is of the Newman race, which is actually an origin that you can choose in the character selection
Oh,
screen.
Newman.
Newman come from outside the lands between, and are supposed descendants of denizens of another world, long-lived but seldom born. At some point, Marika was chosen as an Empyrean. What is an Empyrean?
Oh, thanks, Siphon.
Well, an Empyrean is a being chosen by the Fingers as a candidate for godhood. As an Empyrean, Marika received the aid of a shadow to do her bidding. So what is a shadow? Well, it's a wolf, shadowbound to its Empyrean by the two fingers.
There's a lot
Luna
of
Princess Running
information.
is another example of an Empyrean with a shadowbound beast. You would have met Blythe.
Oh.
These creatures are the Empyrean's very own shadow. They are completely loyal to their needs and, by definition, incapable of treachery.
Then why did he try to
Marika's
kill
shadow
me?
was a beast called Malakath. Every Empyrean
That
uses their
doesn't.
shadow.
But then why did Blade want to kill me if he was utterly loyal? Because he became unloyal because we got close to Rani. I'm pretty sure.
in different ways, but Marika's sole need of her shadow was as a vessel
But
to
wasn't
lock away
he-
destined death.
But wasn't he betraying Rani by attacking us? I guess not. I guess that wasn't betraying her. It was protecting her from his perspective. Okay.
So what is destined
But he said he was
death?
like jealous, I think.
Well, according to Enya, it's the rune of death.
The rune of death goes by 2 names. The other is destined death.
We mentioned earlier that the Elden Ring is made up of runes, and at some point, maybe when she was chosen as a god, Marika plucked the rune of death from the Elden Ring. She gave the rune of death to Malekith, her totally loyal shadow, who bore a black blade imbued with this rune.
Cool.
It's kind of genius, really. In a single act, she removed the concept of death from the lands between,
Whoa.
while also commanding total control of death through her shadow, who could deliver it at her whim.
Really? Wow. Damn.
Now,
Queen.
some of you might be asking,
Okay.
if death is removed from the lands between, how come I can kill this dog? First off, shame on you.
Dog.
Second, from a lore point of view, that dog isn't really dead. It's simply in the process of its spirit, or its soul, returning to the Erd Tree. Catacomb dungeons, for example, are specifically constructed near the roots of the Great Tree for this reason, so that the Erd Tree can reabsorb their ashes back into it. This
Oh.
process replaced the concept
Wow. Okay. Interesting. First of all, shame on you. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. Happy Earth Day. Yeah. You did abandon Rani and blow up the world. I mean, I didn't. I married her and then she left. So what am I supposed to do? Burn everything, obviously. Good morning, Wraith.
of a death that you were destined to have. But this random spirit outside of a catacomb dungeon
Kind
says it
of, yeah,
best.
heart song.
As another example of this theory, when you kill a major boss, you receive a remembrance of them. These are spirits, and they are hewn into the Erd Tree. In this way, thanks to the Erd Tree's grace, their spirits are immortalized, in a sense. This new form of death also explains what's happening when you summon spirits.
From ash and return to the Erd Tree.
However, some spirits never return to the Erd Tree, and they rise within death as corpses or skeletons instead.
Why? Okay.
So this was the new order, and it's important to stress that it was in this moment, when the rune of death was removed, when destined death was taken, this is when order became the Golden Order.
The forbidden shadow plucked from the Golden Order upon its creation.
Specifically, this was Marika's Golden Order.
Okay, 1 second. I think since Rani killed her 2 fingers and Blythe was the being to keep her on her path, that conflicting feeling of serving her and also being forced to keep the order eventually drove him mad. Huh, okay. How do you deal with the Godskin duo? You're major stuck on them? Mimic definitely helped a lot. I use a Mimic for that one. And okay, I'll give you one piece of advice. Roll into Big Chonk when he's rolling at you, roll at him. And you'll switch places and you'll be safe. That helped me a lot. I figured out if you roll into him, you'll be okay. That's the hardest part, I think, about fighting them, is him rolling at you. You got
So not
this.
only did she become a god and a vessel for the Elden Ring, she became
Marika.
renowned as Marika the Eternal for her removal of destined death. It was a huge part of her character and her reign as well. However, Marika had more than just death to conquer. She had wars to fight, as the world was occupied by many forces that could threaten her Golden
She
Order.
is America.
There was war with
Okay.
the Stormlord, who likely ruled over Stormvale, and there was a war with the Giants, who were masters of a flame that could burn the Erd Tree. There was war
Very
with the
interesting,
Ancient
eh?
Dragons,
This lore
who
video is
incidentally
awesome.
had stones that could twist time and thus slay a god. And finally, there was war brewing with the Carrion
Lauren, how are
royalty,
you?
who had previously obeyed laws which contravened the Golden Order. Thus, sort of similar to how the Greater Will needed an Empyrean to enforce its will, Marika herself needed someone to wage war. So, there was to be a
Hey,
husband,
that's Elden Lord
consort.
outfit.
an Elden Lord.
There you go.
The man chosen was Hoarah Loux, a ferocious
Horlu.
warrior who became known as the Lord of the Battlefield. His crown was warranted with strength, and while it was for this strength that Marika married him,
This is
he
a
was
fun
also
fight.
required to take a vow to conduct himself as a lord. To suppress the ceaseless lust for battle that raged within, Horulu took the beast regent Sarosh upon his back. You'll notice this is another example of a beast being given for the purpose
Oh, yeah.
of serving order.
Ah,
Thus,
interesting.
in this moment, he went from being Horulu, warrior, to Godfrey, the first Elden Lord, consort to Queen Marika, and a certified demigod. Godfrey and
Certified
Marika had
demigod.
3
Goals.
demigod children together. There was Godwyn the Golden, who you saw being killed in the opening trailer, and there were also
we should watch the opening
reviled
trailer
Omen
again.
twins, Morgoth, who guards the Erd Tree, and Moog, who became Lord of Blood. You might think that Godric was another demigod child, but he actually wasn't. Instead, he was probably descended from Godwyn. Anyway, we'll talk
What?
about the demigods
Oh
more
God,
in
their
detail
names are so
in another
confusing.
video, so subscribe for that.
What?
But for now,
God
just
damn it.
know that Godfrey and his offspring were the first demigods,
Okay.
henceforth known as the Golden Lineage.
Okay, Godfrey and his offspring. Wait, Godfrey is the child of Marika and who was it just showing? Godric? Child of no. God damn it. Wait, what? No. what are you? Damn it. Godfrey is the husband of Marika. Okay. So it's Godfrey who's the husband, and their lineage are the first demigods. He is also a demigod, right? Elden Lord, demigod too. Godfrey. Wait. Why are their names so damn similar? Godric, Godfrey, Godwyn. God damn. This freaking game. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's watch that part again. God damn is their uncle. Okay, let's go back a little bit. So, Godfrey is the one we defeated before Radagon, right? Godfrey, yeah, then Radagon. So Marika and Godfrey were the couple. Radagon and Marika are basically one for whatever reason. Okay. Yes. Okay, so then their offspring were demigods. Okay.
Morgoth, who guards the Erd Tree,
Those were some
and
of the
Moog,
kids.
who became Lord of
Moog
Blood.
and Morgoth.
You might
and
think that
someone
Godric
else?
was another demigod child, but he actually wasn't.
Wait. Godfrey. Okay.
Instead, he was probably descended from Godwyn. Anyway, we'll
Godwyn?
talk about the demigods
hell's
more in
Godwyn?
detail in another
Wait,
video.
do I know Godwyn? I don't think I've ever met Godwyn. Is Godwyn an enemy in the game? The frick is Godwyn?
So subscribe for that. But for now, just know that
Oh.
Godfrey and his offspring were the first demigods.
Okay,
henceforth
he was
known
also.
as the Golden Lineage.
Got it. Okay. Golden lineage. Godwyn was the one in the trailer who was killed, and he was... Oh, he was also one of their children? He was also one of Marika's children? Okay. So their 3 children were Godwyn, Moog, and Morgoth? That was the 3? Okay. All right, we're getting it. We gotta draw like a giant Elden Ring family tree. That would be fun. Yay, we're getting the hang of it. Okay. All right. I met Godwyn. We might spoil things. Well, we're doing lore, so. Okay, let's continue then. Are you guys good to continue? We said 15 minutes, but we're already... Yeah, spoilers are fine. We're doing a lore dive, so... Yeah.
In his wars, Godfrey led his 16 Crucible Knights into battle, who were named so for they fought with the primordial powers of the Erd Tree. Their incantations were aspects of the Crucible itself, and they likely fought
Right,
giants,
Sherry?
dragons, the Stormlord, and more to usher in their age, the age of the Erd Tree.
In
age of the
Marika's
Erdtree.
own words, hark, brave warriors. Hark, my lord Godfrey. We commend your deeds. Guidance hath delivered ye through each ordeal to the place ye stand. Put the giants to the sword and confine the flame atop the mount. Let a new epoch begin, an epoch glistening with life. Brandish the Elden Ring for the age of the Erd Tree.
The Erd Tree would go on to be largely seen as a blessing for all of those in the lands between, especially those.
Sorry, I don't want to miss this. Okay, if I miss anything super important, just let me know. I have to pee, but you guys can keep watching. I'll be right back.
Was close to it in Lanedell, the capital city of the Erd Tree. The tree bestowed blessings. For example, the dew that dropped from its branches were like jewels. It loomed overhead as a constant reminder of order, and its roots reached far and wide, relieving many of the burden of death. In fact, Erd Tree burial was one of the highest honors a hero could receive. One by one, the previous factions of the world fell. The giants were put to the sword, and their fell god was killed by Marika herself. The ancient dragons broke down the walls of Lanedell, but met fierce retaliation. However, I think the House of the Erd Tree encountered the most trouble against the land to their southwest, Leonia. Here, the House of the Moon repelled their offensives time and time again. And I mean that literally, because there was not just one, but two wars fought here. And in both of these, there was no victory for the Golden, nor for the Moon. And I suspect it was probably because of these lobsters. These damn things can snipe you from like a mile away, and it's bullshit. Actually, it was probably because of the Carrier Knights, who, according to their weapons, were able to wield sorcerous battle skills, and despite numbering fewer than 20, this power made them a match for even the champions of gold in battle. These enchanted knights were anointed by the Lunar Queen, a young astrologer who went on to establish the House of Carrier as royalty in this land. With her bewitching lunar magic, she won over the Academy of Raya Lucaria, where glintstone sorcery was studied, and united the Carrion royal family and the learned scholars of Raya Lucaria defended their home from the golden aggressors. At the head of this great golden army was Radagon.
Lord Radagon was a great champion, possessed of flowing red locks. He came to these lands at the head of a great golden host when he met Lady Renala in battle.
These two champions clashed, fell in love, and joined their houses.
Radagon once cleansed himself with celestial dew, repented his territorial aggressions, and swore his love to Renala. The order of the Erd Tree and the fate of the moon were conjoined, and all the wounds of war forgiven.
You might think it strange that the Greater Will would.
Do you think I should go back? Should I not have left it? Rewind and miss some important stuff. Yeah. Okay. I just felt bad making you guys just now you guys have to watch it a second time. Is that worse than just sitting there bored? I don't know. Okay. All right. We'll go back. Right. Okay. Yeah. Right here. Okay. We'll just watch it again. Sorry, Chad.
Even the champions of gold in battle. These enchanted knights were anointed by the Lunar Queen, a young astrologer.
Oh, sorry. Where did I leave off? Here? Oh, House of the Moon. Here we go.
Erd Tree encountered the most trouble against the land to their southwest, Leonia.
Okay,
Here, the
good.
House of the Moon repelled their offensives time and time again.
Wait.
And I mean that
Further back? Oh my god, I didn't mean to click there. Damn it. I think we're good. Age of the Erd Tree, right? I think we're good. To the House of the Moon. Okay.
Erd Tree encountered the most trouble against the land to their southwest, Leonia. Here, the House of the Moon repelled their offensives time and time again. And I mean that literally, because there was not just one, but two wars fought here. And in both of these, there was no victory for the Golden nor for the Moon. And I suspect it was probably because of these lobsters. These damn things can snipe you from like a mile away.
Oh, that's a great idea, Tyler. I feel like I just need to keep mentioning it, but we can just, yeah, that sounds good. Here, let me just, how do you spell that? Like this? Yeah, there. There. Okay. Here. That way, you guys know what we're watching. There. That was a good suggestion. There you go.
And it's bullshit. Actually, it was probably because of the Carrier Knights, who, according to their weapons, were able to wield sorcerous battle skills, and despite numbering fewer than 20, this power made them a match for even the champions of gold in battle. These enchanted knights were anointed by the Lunar Queen, a young astrologer who went on to establish the House of Caria as royalty in this land. With her bewitching lunar magic, she won over the Academy of Raya Lucaria, where glintstone sorcery was studied,
With bewitching.
and united the Carian royal family and the learned scholars of Raya Lucaria defended their home from the golden aggressors. At the head of this great golden army was Radagon.
Lord Radagon was a great champion, possessed of flowing
Oh,
red
nice
locks.
voice.
He came to these lands
Whose
at
voice
the
is
head
that?
of a great
Oh, that's
golden
Radagon.
host. When he met Lady Renala in battle,
These two champions clashed, fell in love, and joined their houses.
Radagon fell in love with
Radagon once
Renala.
cleansed himself
Oh.
with celestial dew,
Oh.
repented his territorial aggressions, and swore his love to Renala. The order of the Erdtree and the fate of the moon were conjoined, and all the wounds of war forgiven.
You might think it's strange that the Greater Will would permit this union, but it's not too odd, all things considered. As with most From Software games, sorcery and faith are just two
Interesting.
sides of the same coin, and
I
both
did,
of these
yeah.
powers
The
stem
Turtle
from
Pope.
the cosmos. Radagon and Renala were known to have 3 children together. Lunar Princess Rani, who inherited her mother's propensity for lunar magic, Radan, who took after his father Radagon and would go on to master gravitational magic, and Rykard, who pioneered new hex sorceries and would go on to feed himself to a great serpent. It follows that at some point after this, Marika began to harbor doubts. Doubts about the Golden Order, that she had had a
Together.
hand in creating.
In Marika's own words, I declare mine intent to search the depths of the Golden Order through understanding of the proper way. Our faith, our grace is increased. Those blissful early days of blind belief are long past. My comrades, why must ye falter?
And it's at this point that we should talk about Marika's motivations, her
Okay.
character. This is surely going to be one of those huge points of debate in the coming years, but for now, my working theory is that she wanted to discover the truth behind order and the truth behind the greater will, and she believed that bonds had to be broken so that they could be
So
better
this is
understood.
theory.
She believed that there
Interesting.
was great meaning to be found in hardship.
Queen Marika has high hopes for us, that we continue to struggle, unto eternity.
For Lord Godfrey, his struggle ended at the end of his campaigns. According to his armor,
Hi,
he led the
Phoebe.
war
How you
against the
doing?
giants, faced the Storm Lord alone. And then there came a moment when his last worthy enemy fell. And it was then, as the story is told,
Oh.
that the hue of Lord Godfrey's eyes faded. In truth, he was robbed of his grace.
What?
Then Marika sent him away.
My lord, and thy warriors,
She sent him away?
I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven
Got
from the
used?
lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar,
So she wanted
Where
him
you
to
will
keep
live.
fighting.
and die.
This became known
Yeah, she wanted him
as
to
the
keep
Long
fighting.
March of the Tarnished, as
Interesting.
Godfrey and his tarnished descendants
So
walked
we are
away
descended
from
from
the lands
Godfrey.
between. But Queen Marika absolutely had a plan here, that Lord Godfrey and his descendants would one day return stronger.
Ha, okay. He's too clingy, poor guy. No. I was used. I did, Fire Marshal, you're right. He was banished for being bored. He was banished for completing what she needed him for. Right? Yeah, she wanted him to keep fighting, yeah. He's our grandpa.
Having struggled outside of grace.
Then, after thy death, I will give back what I once claimed. Return to the lands between. Wage war. And brandish the Elden Ring. Grow strong in the face of death. Warriors of my lord, Lord Godfrey.
Soon after, she found a new husband. Either
Oof.
that or a new husband was found for her.
Oof.
When Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was hounded from the lands between, Radagon left Rennala to return to the Erdtree capital, becoming Queen Marika's second husband. and
Okay, they
king
weren't the same
consort,
person.
Taking the title.
Yeah, so you guys are wrong. You guys were saying Radagon and Marika are the same person. No. Well, maybe it'll become that way, but at first, yeah, it'll probably happen after, but at first, they weren't. They were a couple. Oh, whatever.
Of
Fine,
second
whatever.
Elden Lord. The mystery endures to this day as to why Lord Radagon would cast Lady Rennala aside, and moreover, why a mere champion would be chosen for the seat of Elden Lord.
Whatever the case, as a part of this union, Radagon's prior 3 children with Rennala became demigod stepchildren, granted grace
Demigod
thanks to their new
stepchildren.
family tree.
I'm so stressed. You want to be a demigod? I'm technically a demigod because I'm a stepchild of a demigod.
Rennala was broken by this, and so was her country, Leonia. The Queen's set reads, when Rennala, head of both the Academy of Raya Lucaria and the Carian royal family, lost her husband Radagon, her heart went along with him. And then those at the Academy realized
Poor Rennala.
that Rennala was no champion, after all. In the wake of Radagon's betrayal and Rennala's poor judgment,
Nice,
Leonia
Lauren!
struggled with
Congrats!
civil war,
That's so
with
awesome.
the Academy of Raya
Hell yeah.
Lucaria on one side and the Carian royals on the other. And it's here, during the age of the Erd Tree, that Luna Princess Rani, daughter of Rennala and Radagon, stole a fragment of the Rune of Death.
It happened during the golden age of the Erd Tree, long before the shattering of the Elden Ring. Someone stole a fragment of the Rune of Death from Malekith, the Black Blade.
As mentioned previously, Malekith was Marika's shadow, and he had sealed destined death in a black blade. Then a fragment, only a fragment, of this Rune of Death was stolen. And once this happened, Malekith went a step further in protecting destined death. He bound the blade within his own flesh, such that none might rob death ever again. It was too late, however. This fragment of the Rune of Death was used immediately, that night, to kill a demigod, Marika's own son, Godwyn the God.
That was the first
okay.
recorded death of a demigod in all history,
Damn.
and it became the catalyst. Soon, the Elden Ring was smashed, and thus sprang forth the war known as the Shattering.
Now, there is a lot of really credible evidence that Marika was behind this plot to have a fragment of the Rune of Death stolen. There's also a ton of evidence
Okay.
that Marika
Oh wait, we're almost done, but I kind of want to. Should we finish? Yeah, let's just finish it. All right.
is behind the entirety of your Tarnished quest, but we'll talk about that in another video. For now, all you really need to know, in terms of the timeline at least, is this. After the marriage of Marika and
That's okay,
Radagon,
theory.
and after a fragment of the Rune of Death was stolen, Marika went on to shatter the Elden Ring, and Radagon attempted to repair it, to no avail. The Elden Ring had been broken into runes,
So she
some great
broke it.
and some small.
You know, it's said that Lord Radagon harbored a secret.
I guess.
A famed sculptor of the Erd Tree capital was once
No,
summoned
no,
to
Sherry.
render Lord Radagon's
Well, as a
likeness in
meme, I
giant
said that, yes.
stature. when he glimpsed the skeleton in Radagon's closet. And as such, it's said the great statue harbors his secret too.
Of course, the huge twist in Elden Ring is that Radagon is Marika, or depending on what you believe, he became her, for she knew it was going to happen.
In Marika's own words,
I see. Okay.
O Radagon, leal hound of the Golden Order, thou art yet to become me. Thou art yet to become a god. Let us be shattered, both. Mine other self.
You can tell when From Software is keeping something a little bit open-ended.
Yeah.
And of everything in Elden Ring's lore, this will also go on to be one of the biggest unknowns as we move forward. For example, the wording, thou art yet to become me, reinforces that Marika and Radagon were two separate entities before the shattering. However, in contrast, there is also evidence that Radagon was always part of Marika. For example, Enya says that
The demigods are each and all the direct offspring of Queen Marika.
but how can this be if Radagon married Renala and had those demigod children?
Oh.
The only way that makes sense is if Radagon was always Marika and he just went over there to seduce Renala long ago.
Interesting.
I'll present more concrete
Very
theories in the future, but
interesting.
on this matter,
That's
the
a
most
cool
important
theory.
thing is, what do you think? While you can figure out a ton of Elden Ring's story, not all of it is open to interpretation. Certain things are, and this is one
What a
of them.
great
And
video.
Your interpretation
Wow.
is a big part of what makes this story
Very
special.
good.
At any rate, the
Yeah.
union of Radagon and Marika seems to be a union of two fundamental opposing laws of the Golden Order. We mentioned these laws earlier, actually. There's the law of causality, and Marika is an agent of cause and effect. And there's the law of regression, as Radagon is a character who aspires to be complete and regress together. So I have a theory that forcing these two beings that represent these concepts together would have corrected Marika's deviance. But
Maybe.
even so, she was imprisoned in the Erd Tree for the crime of the Shattering.
Marika's trespass
I only just now
demanded
realized
a
that's the base of the
heavy
Erd Tree.
sentence. But even in shackles, she remains a god and the vision's vessel.
The conjoined Radagon and Marika even had two demigod children of their own, Mikola and Millennia. These two children were born afflicted.
Oh.
Mikola.
Oh, wait. This is Radagon. What? This is Radagon and Marika's children? Millennia and Mikola?
And Millennia. These two children were born afflicted. Mikola was cursed with eternal childhood, and Millennia harbored a horrific rot within. Even so,
Maybe because she
these
bred
two
with
children
herself?
were both chosen
Maybe that's
as
why?
Empyreans. They were immensely sacred beings and eligible to inherit godhood from the Greater Will. Perhaps the Greater Will was just desperate
America's
to
team.
find a worthy successor, and indeed in the Shattering War to
nice.
come,
Lifesaver,
many
that's
would try to
awesome.
claim the shards of the Elden Ring, and they would try to take the throne, including, of course, the Tarnished, who returned from their long march at long last, which we'll talk about in the next main lore video. I should probably also mention here that if you become a
Yes.
patron, you'll see upcoming lore videos early, as that's one of the rewards you get if you pledge to the $3 tier. And if you think my channel really adds a lot of value to the Souls games for you to the point where you pledge $20, then in this new tier,
Alright.
you'll receive
Go sub to this guy. He's really good. Vate video on YouTube. Here, this guy. Go sub to him. That was a very good video. Wow. Still very confused, but that was awesome. You will like. There you go. Damn. Awesome. Well, okay. I can understand a little more. This is gonna be a lot more videos I need to watch to get this story, but all right. Now we know a bit more than we did previously. Hold on one second. Have you seen the Millennium Radan trailer? I haven't. If it's in the game, yes. I don't. I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean. Maybe. That was wildly confusing, but interesting. All right, let's go to Elden Ring. Sorry, I'm just waiting for Mo to do something. It's a cinematic trailer before the game released. We will definitely watch more stuff. I want to go play now because we have about an hour till we switch games. So we'll watch more stuff from the lore and everything later. Yeah. Okay. A very good explanation of something so confusing and convoluted, right? Yeah. When you finish the Radan fight, what's supposed to happen? You're just out in the sands. Oh, talk to Blaive. Talk to Blaive, if you can. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, okay, good. Okay, good. Yeah, sometimes the game just feels like it just leaves you there without knowing what to do. Okay. So what we're doing now is getting ready to do, oh, sorry, I'll delete that. We are getting ready to start New Game Plus, but you guys said there's a couple things I want to do before I actually start New Game Plus. So what things should I do before I start New Game Plus? Any like people I should talk to? Any items I should upgrade? Anything else? Get all the remembrance weapons. Respec if you're gonna want to. Okay. Duplicate the remembrances. Stock up on smithing stones. Okay. Oh, really, Lord? Oh, well, at least you figured it out. Okay. So buy smithing stones because you'll lose your bell bearings. Okay, I see. Black Knife Tish Summon, if you want to use that. Where do you get that? Get all the bell bearings, then buy all the things? Okay. So things that go away for New Game Plus. You keep your levels, you keep your items, except for key items. You lose remembrances, right? Or at least you can't buy the items associated with remembrances, I think. Moonlight Altar Everdale. Moonlight Altar Everdale. Where is that? You lose bell bearings and key items. Okay. Oh, no way! Mystic! That's awesome! I really like scimitars. I definitely recommend them. They're so much fun. Hey, my message was appraised. Yay! Moonlight Altar? It's in Lendell Ashen Capital. Oh, the Moonlight Altar is? Oh, let's find that. Yeah, let's do that first. That sounds fun. Look at me. Elden Lord armor, even though I'm not an Elden Lord. You know, we should have looked up my ending explained to know what the hell is going on. Because I don't, but okay. So we look like Godfrey. This is what Godfrey looked like with his hair. Yeah. Aren't you same flame Elden Lord? I don't know. I think it's kind of different, but I guess I am technically an Elden Lord. I'm a frenzied flame Elden Lord or something. Southwestern Liurnia is where, wait. Southwestern Liurnia? Wait, you guys are saying different things. There's an Everjail in Southwestern Liurnia, okay. Maybe, is it this? Is it this? Or this? One of these? Okay. go to this one first. Okay. And we'll start at the village of the Albinaurics. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. The first one? Oh, is this not the first one? This one? Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll go do that. We will upgrade some weapons, and I think for my New Game Plus playthrough, I want to use a strength build, and also some kind of like magic. I don't know what yet though. Not sure. Villages lower, go to the other grace. Oh. Go to Moonlight Altar? Is that okay? From here? Ah, follow the road. Okay. We shall. Thank you guys. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. That was fun watching lore videos. I liked that. That was fun. Okay, let's see. Wait, she took our ring to summon Torrent. She took it, but we can still use it? Interesting. So now we want to go, wait. This way. How come there isn't a road leading that way? It looks like there is, but there isn't. I don't think, oh, there it is. Okay. It was just from a cutscene. Yeah, I can still use Torrent. That would have sucked to not be able to use Torrent. Ever. Wait. I feel like I'm trying to follow the rope, but it's so hard to, I guess. Ooh, what's that? Is that a dragon? Well, chat. Might as well fight a dragon. I guess. Sure, why not? Oh, but I have 2,000... I have 200,000 runes. Maybe not. Maybe not. I kind of want to use that for other stuff. Oh no, there's 2 dragons. Chat. There's 2 dragons. I think I should go spend the runes. Yeah, I'm going to. Let's go spend them. Thanks for playing the last video. That was the most unintentionally funny thing I've seen all week. Wait, why was it funny? What do you mean? Okay, let's do this. Oh, we could also go buy stuff. Maybe we should just buy stuff. Yeah, let's just go buy smithing stones. That sounds like a better idea. Okay. America, Renala Ronald? Is that what it said? Oh, I'm glad you guys like the captions. That's funny. So we destroyed everything. Okay. There's all sorts of cool stuff, but I don't know what kind of playthrough I'm gonna do. Maybe I should decide. Any recommendations of what kind of magic I should use? I want to use strength plus some kind of magic. I want to use cool weapons and cool stuff. Buy them all, you think? Oh yeah, I guess I could. Why not? No magic, only strength. Big Hammers, hi Mo, welcome. I do want to do that, but I want magic too. Faith, you think? Hi, bro. Welcome. Me? No, absolutely not. Faith goes well with strength. Test them out. Faith is busted? Faith is a sort of magic, yeah. Okay, sure. We can do that. Is it? Okay, Gator? That's awesome. Okay. And Faith, do you use, what are the options? Incantation or affinity? No, incantation or spells? What do you use usually? Incantation requires faith. Incantations or faith. Okay, I'll buy incantations then. So sorcery is intelligence. But you could use sorcery too if you want. Okay. I'll buy faith stuff. I won't buy the sorcery stuff. I want to buy everything. Oh, this is... What was this? I don't know. Something was weird. I won't buy it. Just buy everything? Alright, let's do it. Okay, not everything. Celestial Dew, apparently I'll need that. Larval Tier, sure. Cookbook, yeah. Asher, yeah. Sure. Sure. Okay. Cool. There we go. You will need a staff, a seal, or faith. No need incantation would have big so I want both. I want to mess around with like different types of builds. I don't know. Hard to commit to one thing. Okay. What's this? No, that's co-op stuff. Finger seal. Should I buy this? Is this something I would want? Seems like it might be helpful. Or yeah, buy that. Okay, I got it. Oh, my scimitars! Look, you two could go dual scimitars, just like me. Okay, incantation, incantation, incantation. Cookbook. Don't need that. Memory. What's a memory? That sounds useful. I won't buy these for now. Somber smithing stone. The magic slot. Okay. Okay, cool. And just buy all of them. Are they endless? They're endless, aren't they? Yeah. Okay. How do you know how many you want? Let's see how many smithing stones we have. Let's take a look. Focus on the big ones? Yeah, makes sense. Smithing stones would be in crafting materials, right? Oh no, it's in its own category. So we have 7, 8, and dragon. We have 3 dragon, 10 8s, 9 7s, and then we have a lot of these ones too. Whoa, we have a lot of 7s. I need 12 for each tier. Okay, okay. Yeah, I feel like normal stones you'd need many too. I'm good on somber, but what if I need 12? To get a normal weapon from plain to plus 25, you need 12 of each, plus of 1 to 8, plus 1 ancient dragon. Okay. Somber, you'll only need 1 of each. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Ah, okay. Hello? Hello? Did my game crash? My game crashed. In the menu? How rude. Hello? Okay. What a weird place to crash. In the menu. Okay. Okay. Try again. Alright, we're gonna wait. Hopefully everything is good and it launches fine. So what's up, chat? What's your favorite build in Elden Ring? What's your favorite weapon to use? Hi Jack, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Chat, what's your favorite build in Elden Ring? Cool weapons you like and all that. If you learn spells and incantations from books, you can give them to Turtle Pope and learn them from him. Oh, should I do that before New Game Plus or does it matter? Anything you recommend I do before New Game Plus, let me know. Yes, before New Game Plus? Okay. game crashed. And it's not working. Damn it. Sorry, guys. Try this again. Let me just restart Steam. Okay. Let's try this again. You like the Bloodhound Fang. I don't think I've seen that weapon, Bloodhound Fang. You did a magic build for your first playthrough, never used magic in a Souls game, and you enjoyed it. I would love to try a magic playthrough. That sounds fun. You use a great shield and spear. That sounds fun, though. Blasphemous sword and bolt of grand sax. Meteor spell with meteor staff. Sorry, I'm just waiting on Steam. I'll put some music while we wait for Steam. The God Skin Peelers? Ew. Yeah, the game kicked me out. Ugh, so rude. Using a great shield and +9 commander's standard halberd. Knight's cavalry flail. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do. I'm excited. I'm really excited to wield really cool weapons. Some of the... What about from the champions or sharp bearers? What are your favorite weapons from them? Now Steam isn't working. What the hell? Have I looked closely at the Godskin set? I don't think so, Melancholy. I'm not sure. I don't think so, though. Hand of Millennia. Is that a weapon? Is that her weapon, or is that the talisman you were talking about? Someone was talking about earlier. Okay. Steam doesn't want to work right now. Oh, damn it. Thank you, Jack. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Game's amazing. I'm very proud of myself for actually defeating it finally. Do you have the Bleed Twin Blade? I honestly have no idea. I want to look through our stuff, but this freaking game's not launching. The hell? Why? Why not work? Hello? Please work. I've already done that, Big Bubbles. It's like the most basic of you're having issues with launching something. I do it. A side mission thing? Bleed Twin Blade. No, I haven't used that. I haven't found it, I don't think. Maybe. Mohg's Trident. Oh, that sounds fun. Grafted Science Sword. Yeah, I want things with fun abilities and cool looking weapons. Magma blades. Ooh. Sometimes when this happens, you have to force close Steam to stop it from cloud syncing. No, force close didn't do anything. We're good though. I don't know. Just sometimes takes a while to launch. No. Should be okay for now. Thank you guys for your patience. Go to Elden Ring, and hopefully Elden Ring launches properly now. Hope for the best. Ooh, Rykard sword. That sounds fun. The Bolt of Grandsax is a cool weapon skill. I want to look through everything and like see what you guys are talking about. There's so much cool stuff. Magma blades are a rare drop, but they're super cool, and you can do Kratos God of War build. Cool. Astel curved blade is also a great weapon for intelligence build. Yeah, I want to use some spells. Wait, incantations, right? For no, sorry, incantations are faith. Yeah. Use the anchor for the memes. Wait, anchor? What? It's an actual anchor as a weapon? And you look like a Ninja Turtle. What? Oh, that's awesome. Oh my god. Thank you for your patience, guys. Having some tech issues. You didn't get the weapon, but it shoots a lightning that does heavy damage from afar. Like 1500 fully upgraded. What? Wow. It's not launching. Do you have any idea what type of weapon? No, just something cool. I don't really care what it is. Just something cool. I'll probably try out a bunch of different stuff. Yeah, Elden Ring is moody, yeah. Damn it. Pizza cutter! Oh, damn it, I dropped my controller. Okay, Elden Ring doesn't want to launch. You have to turn off your MSI Afterburner or the game doesn't work. Very dumb. What is that? MSI Afterburner. Yeah, game's not launching again. Ugh. Anytime I have the game crash, it doesn't launch again until I restart. But we have a sponsored segment in like 30 minutes, so I don't really want to restart the stream. So maybe, I don't know. What? You shouldn't restart. I know. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, good point. Look up cool builds, look up lore stuff. Yeah, we might not be able to play then for now, because the game doesn't seem to launch, so. And I don't want to restart my PC. Ah, man! You could Control Alt Delete Steam, thank you. Yeah, these very basic tech advice things are super helpful. Thank you. How many cinnamon things do you want? Just 2. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. I got them mostly for you. I know you like them. I like them. Aww. I feel like I'm getting sick, you guys. I hope I'm not. Hopefully, I just feel better tomorrow. Yeah, that's Mo there. Okay. Yeah, sorry if I seem low energy. I'm like feeling a bit under the weather. Go here. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Thank you guys for being here, though. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for chilling out, being comfy with me. So yeah, what do you guys want to do for the next? We have like 30 minutes before we switch to a cozy game we're doing for a sponsored stream. It's honestly, you guys, the cutest game I've ever picked up. You're like this cute squishy bioluminescent creature, and you like jump around in this platformer. It was actually really fun. I was playing it earlier and I couldn't put it down, so I'm excited for it. Yeah, it must be a sponsored stream. Tech issues? Yep. Always. Hi, Jay. Oh, thanks, Jack. Thank you. So yeah, do you guys want to look up cool builds, watch lore video, watch alternate endings, explain my ending, any of those things? I could do a poll if you guys want. Oh, nice, Lauren. That's so exciting. Oh, sorry, Fraz. I'm so sorry that you had to deal with that. That sucks. Stay hydrated. Thank you, John. I'll do my best. You want to explain my ending? Why did I burn everything down? Okay, let's do a poll. Let me make one. New poll. What to watch? What to watch? Lore? My ending explains. Alternate endings. Just general ER lore. Okay, what to watch? My ending explained, alternate endings, general Elden Ring lore. I spelled general so wrong. General, there we go. Yeah, sounds good. What to watch? 2 minutes, okay. There you go. Take your picks. Yeah, meaning of the Frenzied Flame ending sounds interesting, yeah. Yeah, so the options are, if you guys want to answer in the poll, if you're anonymous, so you can share what you want to watch. Elden Ring lore, my ending explained, alternate endings, no build option. Honestly, I'm like struggling to hold up a like conversation. I'm not, like, everything's kind of just going into my head and then out of my brain. I can't really hold up a conversation right now about build stuff. So we'll talk about that tomorrow when we have the game open. But right now you guys are like suggesting weapons and I'm like, We'll do that tomorrow. Today we'll try to find something to watch for the next 20 minutes. Elden Ring lore, my ending explain, alternate endings. That's all we'll watch and chat about. Not a noob anymore. You're the Lord of the Frenzied Flame. It's true. God, I love this game. I'm mad that it wouldn't let me play it today, though. I wanted to play a little bit. Some people haven't finished. Wait, Koro, some people haven't finished what? The game? Well, we just finished. So today we're going to be talking about the ending and the lore. And then once we dive back into New Game Plus, I'm probably going to bring back the no talking about spoiler stuff, just so things can be friendly for people who haven't finished the game. But for today, we just finished the game, so we want to talk about it, if that's what you meant. You think Mandy doesn't know how to undo it? To undo the flame ending? What do you mean? Wait, do I have to undo it to like do New Game Plus or something? What do you mean? What do you mean? If you're going strength magic, Dark Moon Greatsword would be great. Oh, that sounds fun. I like the name. That's okay, no big deal. It's no big deal. Yeah, I burned everything down. You can undo the flame to get other endings if you want to. Oh, I see. But you have to undo it. Wait. You have to undo it before you finish the game. Is that not true? Yeah, it's too late. We had the option to use the needle, but I was like, no, let's just go with it. Yeah, no. I wanted that ending. I wanted to see what happened. You play the role of the alpha who travels the world fighting for fun. You obtain the Elden Ring by pure coincidence. You must be the strongest. Hell yeah, PG. That's awesome. Are you doing New Game Plus now too? Yes. Okay, so you guys voted and you want to see my ending explained. Okay, so my ending was the somewhat bad Frenzied Flame Lord ending. So let's watch a video on that. Let's do that. And let me just open up some things. Thank you for being cozy with me today, you guys. It's an extra comfy stream today. The first video didn't say anything about the 3 fingers. No, not at all. Yeah, I think that's too specific probably. we got this. Yeah, cool. Somewhat bad. Well, people are saying it can actually be worse than what we got. Okay. Frenzied Flame ending explained. Elden Ring all endings explained. Frenzied Flame complete storyline. Frenzied Flame. These are like 20 minutes. Frenzied Flame ending differences. What is the... These are such long videos. This just shows the ending. Maybe we can't find it explained. Guide? No. Yeah, maybe there isn't. Maybe we can't. Frenzied Flame ending explained. I guess all endings explained. We might have to watch, cause there's the ending Elden Ring Frenzied Flame complete storyline.
Just joined the ranks of the QT.
I don't think it's explained though. The Chosen One, love your name. Hi, thank you so much for subbing. I really appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the channel and welcome. I hope you're doing good today. Guys, can we get a QT salute in the chat? Thank you so much, Chosen One. Appreciate you. I think that if we know what the Frenzied Flame is, the ending may be explained implicitly. Okay, okay. Frenzied Flame explained. Let's try that. What is the Flame of Frenzy? 30 minutes? What about 5 minutes? Maybe we should just Google and read. I think I'll read it to you guys, I guess. It's kind of hard to find the right videos. Just play it at 5 times speed. What is the Flame of Frenzy? 30 minutes? Can't explain it short, huh? Oh, Frenzied Flame, incantations, locations. So I could use something special because I'm the Frenzied Flame Lord, it seems. Okay. Complicated, yeah. Do we have 30 minutes? I mean, yeah, but it's more interesting to watch, like, I think videos that are really long about one subject give like way too much information that I personally like find. I don't care about every single detail. I just like to know generally. So when it's a 30-minute video about one thing specific, it's gonna be like very detailed. So let's see. Oh, those are just madness spells. Oh, okay. Let's see this. Let's see this. Okay. Hayeta. Wait, who is Hayeta? Do you guys remember who that is? Hayeta. She believes that she must help destroy the world to bring an end to the suffering. Who's Hayeta? Hayeta? I don't remember. That's at the end of her quest line. The blind lady. Oh. The eyeball eater. Oh, okay, yeah. Got it. So, near the end of her quest line, you get to that underground place. This location is known as the Frenzied Flame Prescription, where those who wish to be embraced by the Three Fingers and absorb Elden Ring's Frenzied Flame can do so. Hayeta will award the Tarnished for being embraced with her loyalty as a maiden. Wait, she was my maiden? Oh. And explains the reasoning behind the goals. All that there is came from the One Great. But then the greater will made a mistake. And so what was borrowed must be returned, melted all away with the yellow chaos flame, until all is one again. She believes she must help destroy the world to bring an end to the suffering brought on by the greater will. Indeed, greater will is the cause for much strife in the lands between. Perhaps becoming Elden Ring's Lord of Frenzied Flame is not so evil after all. Maybe it wasn't a bad ending. Maybe it was a good ending. Okay, interesting. Okay. What else? Maybe we should watch a video. This is probably not interesting just having me read it, is it? Yeah. Frenzied Flame. Maidenless again. Oh no. Not again. Always maidenless. You wanted the Golden Order ending, but you didn't know how to do the quest line? I'm not bad. No. Okay, let me take a look. The Three Fingers Frenzied Flame Village. What about it? What? What is the Frenzied Flame? It's governed? Wait, what is the Frenzied Flame? Okay, let's just see. What? Yeah, that's why I searched. What is the Frenzied Flame? Do you guys know what it is? We don't want to watch a YouTube video. Flame of Frenzy. Oh, it's an incantation. Why this game so confusing? We'll never know, chat. We'll never know. A flame that is frenzied. Oh no. Okay, we can watch the video. There's no information other than the videos, so we can watch it. Here you go. Okay. It's like the greater will, but chaos aligned. Huh, okay. Maybe someone watched the 30-minute video and prepare a presentation. Yeah. We are gonna do New Game Plus. We're preparing for it though, Chosen One. Thank you again for your sub, by the way. I really appreciate that. Yeah, we're preparing for it, but my game was crashing and I was getting frustrated, and we're gonna do a sponsored stream and switch games in like 20 minutes. So we're just hanging out, chatting about my ending. And then tomorrow we'll dive into that stuff. Do you want to know Radagon and Elden Beast for me too? Sure. Yeah, sure. But you can't really spoil anything at this point since the game is over for me. So, yeah. And today is the day. Once we get back to and start the New Game Plus, I'm going to say no spoilers in chat just so people who haven't seen the game yet can watch the stream. You know what I mean? So if you want to like say any kind of spoiler topics, today is the day. And with that said, if you don't want to see spoilers, for the next 20 minutes while we're talking about this stuff, just know that these things might come up in chat. Just a heads up. It's an outer god. It is against the Elden Beast and Golden Order. By picking your ending, you're trying to burn everything down to just your flame. It's like a reverse Big Bang. Aha, okay. I ruined her hairstyle. Yeah, I know. Her hair was all gray and fried. Hi, Maple. Welcome. Oh, really? Wait, you saw me beating Millennia in a YouTube complet. Wait, what? Can you link it for me? Somebody use my video? I want to see this. Pretty sure that chart from the 30-minute video would be terrifying on paper. Yeah, true. Okay, let's watch a bit of this.
To properly understand the Flame of Frenzy, we need to understand what it represents.
Sorry.
It is
closed captions for you, chat. There you go.
To properly understand the Flame of Frenzy.
Oh, thank you, Meeple. I'll check that out in a second.
It represents.
Wait. Let me go see. Hold on. Let me go see. Top plays. Elden Ring Rage funny WTF moments. I'll check it out later. Thanks for telling me. Interesting. Let me just put it here. There we go. Okay, we can watch this. Well, I hope it was entertaining.
To properly understand the Flame of Frenzy, We need to understand what it represents. It is my
Hi,
belief
Maple.
that things like the frenzied flame and the scarlet rot are proxies for human concepts. They are visual representations of thoughts, of ambitions, of the principles we would follow. In Elden Ring, gods are ideologies, and the story of the game revolves around the followers of those ideologies attempting to earn the right to the future. The world is fractured. The fingers tremble with age. And so champions labor to establish a new order in line with the will of their god. That is to say, in line with their ideology. The children of Rot pursue an order of death and rebirth. Those who live in
Children of
death pursue
Rot.
an order for the meek
Oh, I miss
and the many.
Fia. I miss
And
her.
Ranni wishes to
Hugs.
establish an order so remote
Ranni, I miss
that it's difficult to believe it exists at all. But even among these, the Flame of Frenzy is
Together.
special. All other endings, even Ranni's, consist of you establishing a new order in line with your principles. You can either try to modify the current order or replace it with something new.
Interesting.
But that's not the case with the Flame of Frenzy. It desires something altogether different.
Oh, thank you, Maple.
Burn
Cool.
the Erd
Okay.
tree to the ground and incinerate all that divides and distinguishes.
Yeah, this is my ending.
Ah, may chaos take the world. May chaos take the world.
In the normal endings to Elden Ring, you are attempting to repair an already existing order. This is represented by you
Oh,
putting Marika's head back
cool.
on her body.
That's cool.
And by using a
Man,
mending
we should have
rune,
watched that.
You are simply tacking on something to the Golden Order. You are adding to what already exists.
You got that one?
Ranni's ending, on the other hand, is different. In her ending, you rid the world of all that came before.
Whoa.
This is demonstrated visually to the player
That's
by
creepy.
Ranni holding Marika's head at a great distance from her body. Marika's body then starts to crumble and fade away. And in the next scene, Ranni's upheld hands are no longer holding Marika's head. The body is no longer visible,
So is she
and
the
all that
god?
remains are the particles into which they disintegrated. What this symbolizes is that this is the establishment of a new order. You aren't modifying, fixing, or
that sounds
enhancing
like a
the
cool
existing order.
ending.
You are replacing it with something new. But the Lord of Frenzied Flame ending is different. In this ending, Marika's head
Yeah, that
remains
sounds
on
like
the
a good
floor,
ending.
and it crumbles away. The body can be seen
look at that
briefly,
booty.
but it too disappears by the time the Lord of Frenzy gets up. This ending doesn't show you modifying anything or replacing it with something else. Instead, it depicts the destruction of the
Fire.
current order and the
So
burning
much
of all
fire.
that divides or distinguishes.
The
So,
captions.
what does it mean? What is the Frenzied Flame? The Frenzied Flame, I believe, is a concept that embodies the rejection of order, and more importantly, the rejection of life.
All that there is came from the one great. Then came fractures, and births, and souls. But the greater will made a mistake. Torment, despair, affliction, every sin.
Did we even
every
talk to this
curse,
person?
Every one born of the mistake. And
Whoa.
so, what was borrowed must be returned, melted all
Is this
away
Hayata?
with the yellow chaos flame, until all is one again.
After
Those who
embracing the
gave me
three fingers.
grace
Oh, yeah, okay.
howled without words, saying they wished they were never
I
born.
didn't finish her
They
quest?
come,
What do you
my
mean?
Lord. Take their torment, despair, their affliction, every sin, every curse, and melt it all away. As the Lord of Chaos, no more fractures.
Oh, we didn't give multiple grapes to her.
No
Oh.
birth.
Oh.
The Frenzied Flame is a philosophy that has come to a conclusion. The conclusion that
Interesting.
life itself was a mistake. The
I don't know,
realization
Mr.
that
Piggy.
life is suffering, and the desire to make that
Oh,
suffering
no.
stop.
If you intend to claim the frenzied flame, I ask that you cease. It is not to be meddled with. It is chaos,
Let's not do
devouring
it, really?
life and thought unending.
Maybe we should.
However ruined this world has become, however mired in torment and despair, life endures. Births continue, There is beauty in that. Is there
Yeah, I
not?
remember talking to
If you would
Melina
become
about this.
Lord,
Yeah,
do not deny
she wants to
this
kill me
notion.
now.
Please.
So sad.
Melina tries to prevent you from adopting the frenzied flame. She
But I
admits that the
disobey.
world
I'll be right
is
back. I
mired
have to
in
pee.
torment, but she insists that despite the despair, life is beautiful. To become Lord of Frenzy is to reject Melina's reasoning. It is to say that the beauty life holds is outweighed by its torments. This reading of what the Flame of Frenzy represents is supported by the symbolism in Hayeda's questline.
I've gleaned something very important indeed, thanks to you. The reason why it was eyes I had to eat. The distant light is far and frail, so faint it can't be seen by the naked eye. But with everyone's eyes together, it appears.
The reason this happens is because the philosophy to destroy all life can only be adopted by seeing the collective suffering of those who wish they had never been born. For those possessed by the Flame of Frenzy, life has no value in the face of its costs. Now, that's all well and good, but that explanation doesn't do a good job of evoking the feeling of the Flame of Frenzy. And I think it's important to understand that feeling if we're going to understand what's being discussed. So for the next part of this video, I'm going to do something very different. I'm going to read to you 17 pages from The Brothers Karamazov, a Russian novel widely considered to be one of the best ever written. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to try and get you to temporarily become an adherent of the Flame of Frenzy. I don't think you can really appreciate what's being said if you're not in the proper headspace. And so my goal here is to temporarily infuse you with a bit of madness so that you can clearly see the distant light. This is an experiment. Let me know in the comments if you think that it worked and it got you in the proper mood. First, let me set up the context of the story. This is a conversation between two brothers, Ivan and Alosha. Ivan, the older brother, is an intellectual and an atheist. The younger brother, Alosha, became a novice monk at the local monastery, under the guidance of the elder Zozima. At this point in the story, the brothers have started to like each other, and in this conversation, Alosha wants to understand his brother better. I will begin as Ivan partway through their talk. But enough of that. I simply wanted to show you my point of view. I meant to speak of the suffering of mankind generally, but we had better confine ourselves to the suffering of the children. That reduces the scope of my argument to a tenth of what it would be. Still, we'd better keep to the children, though it does weaken my case. But in the first place, children can be loved even at close quarters, even when they are dirty, even when they are ugly. I fancy, though, that children are never ugly. The second reason why I won't speak of grown-up people is that, besides being disgusting and unworthy of love, they have a compensation. They've eaten the apple and know good and evil, and they have become like gods. They go on eating it still. But the children haven't eaten anything, and are so far innocent. Are you fond of children, Alosha? I know you are, and I know you will understand why I prefer to speak of them.
Why are you guys reading an essay? What is this? What is this? He's... What? That's enough of that, don't you think? He's reading a 17-page essay? What? Why? What? Actually? Really? Oh my... Oh my god. I'm sorry I left you guys with that. We're being converted to the frenzied flame. He's trying to bridge this philosophy to Elden Ring. I mean, that's cool, honestly. Respect to him. If you guys want to watch more of that video, this is the name of the YouTuber. Go subscribe. Continue watching this if you would like. No shade, to each their own, but I do not want to watch that essay. Oh my god. Well, damn. Okay. Okay. Elden. Oh, I got one. Elden Ring. Sorry. Elden Ring. Here you go. I'm so sorry, chat. That's so funny. Okay, we're about to switch over to our sponsored thing. I'm just gonna be like typing and posting some tweets, or tweet and Discord and stuff. Just watch, I don't know, a random Elden Ring lore video. I'll be here. Or we can chat, but. You know what? Let's just chat while I do it. Sure.